Hi guys, and welcome back to the Lazy Girls Kitchen. My name is Maggie, and on today's episode I'm going to share with you one of my favorite snacks. I keep it in my cupboard at all times. It's just a tortilla chip recipe, but it's kind of like a sweet savory one. It's just a combination of sugar and cinnamon, but it's just so delicious. So before we go any further, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. You're going to want to get a baking sheet and either line it with some aluminum foil like I do, some parchment paper, or you could just spray it with a little bit of cooking oil. So let me show you what you're going to need. So like I said, this really could not be easier. All you're going to need is some tortilla wraps, I guess they're called. You're going to need some regular sugar, some cinnamon, a little bit of salt, and then some cooking spray. I'm going to use olive oil, but you can use whatever you'd like. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to combine my ingredients into like a little ramekin so I can get it nicely incorporated together. And a little pinch of salt, like literally a little bit, just to bring out that sweetness and warmness of the cinnamon. I'm just going to give this a nice stir, just to kind of combine it really nicely. All right, so now what I do is I take my cooking spray, and if you don't have cooking spray, just take a little bit of oil, put it in a ramekin, and with a pastry brush, just kind of brush over both sides. You just spray it like so. And I'm going to continue to do this with the rest of my tortillas. So my tortillas are nicely covered by the oil, and we're doing this for two reasons. A, so they get nice and crispy, they don't burn, and B, so that the sugar sticks to them. So then I'm going to go ahead and cut my tortillas however you want them. I'm not the best at this, but just kind of go like that. And I'm using the small tortillas, but you can use whatever you'd like. And then let me set this aside. Sorry. I'm gonna line them up on my baking sheet. So my chips are nice and layered in a single layer. You want to make sure they aren't overlapping, that way they do get nice and crispy. So what you're gonna do is I'm just gonna use my fingers. Just gonna sprinkle this all over your pita chips like so. So my tortilla chips are nicely covered with my sugar, cinnamon, and salt mixture. I'm going to go ahead and put them into my preheated oven for about 8 to 10 minutes. Just make sure you're keeping an eye on them, that they're not burning. I cannot stress enough that ovens do vary. They're not always collaborated. I don't know if that's the right word, but they're not always set perfectly. So just make sure you're keeping an eye on them, and I will meet you back here so we can try them together. Okay, so my chips came out of the oven. They were in there for exactly 10 minutes. I took them out and I let them cool. The longer they sit, the crispier they'll get. So just want to show you how beautiful they look. So we only, look at how gorgeous and brown they are underneath. So we only put them, put the seasoning over the top. I don't like to do both sides. I feel like that's just a little too much for me. You can do that if you want to though. So let's give these a try. So good. It's like it warms your heart, your soul, and your belly all at the same time. I just can't. Can you hear the crunchiness though? It's still really crunchy, and the longer they sit, the more crunchy they'll get. Obviously, I have no patience, so I just wanted to try these right away, but I guarantee you're gonna love these. Make sure you head over to thelazygirlskitchen.com to get this fantastic recipe and so many others. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you subscribe and give me a big thumbs up. Bye. So good.